Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, Twitch is gone. Can't use certain words on YouTube, but you know what happened. I found this really weird. Now, I only sort of knew Twitch through Ellen, because I occasionally watched it during the day, but not really. I was never really a fan of Ellen. I felt like she was kind of a dark, sadistic sort of person who hid it in humour, and you could see that through the pranks and stuff, that she was always being kind of cruel to her guests in a roundabout way. So I never really liked her. I was kind of happy when she got cancelled and her show disappeared. Didn't really think about what would happen to Twitch, but yeah, he was on, I think, the Kelly, oh my god, I forgot her name. She's got her own show now. It was on her show, and he was there with his wife, and he was all happy, and they have 2 kids, and they were thinking about having another one and everything, and he just celebrated the 9th anniversary of their marriage on Saturday. And then Monday he booked into a hotel about 14 minutes walk from where he lived, which is a very specific time, 14 minutes. And he didn't check out the next morning. A maid was sent to the room, and she found him in the bathroom. Apparently, had, forgotten. But she couldn't really give any specifics about the injury, but it was concluded that it was he did that himself. Now, his wife didn't contact the police until I guess the next morning, because this was 11 a.m. when the maid was sent to the room. So she must have called the police the next morning to say that her husband had left the house without his car, which was unusual. So did he tell her he was checking into this hotel for some reason, or was he a missing persons? Why didn't she contact the police immediately when her husband wasn't there? Why would she wait till the next day? Was it just because he didn't take his car? It's very strange. This person, now I usually find black guys attractive, but I didn't really find him attractive, and I didn't like he always had those mounty hats, but I liked how he danced, and he seemed really nice. And he was all about the positive energy, and one of those people was always going on about positive energy and love and blah, blah. And looking at him now, it seems very fake. Obviously, he wasn't that happy. He did a TikTok video the day before the end. He's dancing and happy, and I'm like, obviously that wasn't real. Obviously that's not who he really was. There was something else happening. No one does that spur of the moment with nothing behind it, no history. That's just not the way it happens. So he must have had something very dark in his life, or something happened, maybe he was diagnosed with something, and he decided to do that instead of deal with it, and maybe his wife didn't know about it. My first thought was maybe someone killed him and just made it look like he did it, but there was no suicide note. But he checked into this hotel by himself. It's 40 minutes from where he lived. You don't go stay in a hotel room 40 minutes from where you live. If he was on travel for work or something, then that would be different. Obviously he planned to do this. He didn't want his wife to find him, so he left it at some poor maid, and booked into a hotel and did it there. But yeah, it's really weird. He just did, I sort of expected to see some sort of, he just got diagnosed with this, or he found out about this, or his parents died, or had a child who was sick or died, or something like that. I thought there'd be something, some trigger, some reason, something, because even the most perfect fake sort of people, usually they need something to crack. There are a lot of people out there who put up that fake front, because in this society we don't allow people to be real. We don't allow people to say when there's a problem or anything, because that's being negative. And we have just all these narcissistic people who just want to be entertained and made happy by other people, and they don't care if that person's a real person that has actual issues or struggles that they might want to talk about. And that's part of a relationship where you don't just get good, you also get bad, you get negative and positive. There's a lot of people who don't allow for that. So he's probably living in that sort of world where he had to support people and be always positive, and couldn't. Obviously he didn't feel like he could talk to anyone. He didn't feel like there's anyone he could talk to. There was no one that's probably the saddest thing. That apparently he was loved by everyone, but not enough for him to feel that he could turn to any of these people with a problem. So it's sad, it's tragic, it's weird, and I'm wondering if more is going to come out about this. It just doesn't make much sense. I didn't remember him from Magic Mike. I heard he was in it, and I'm like, really? Which one? But yeah, I had to comment on it because it was just sort of weird. And my first joke response, I think I put something on Facebook like, oh, I reckon Ellen had something to do with it because she's evil. But yeah, it seems a bit more complicated than that. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. I won't comment on the actual issue because you're not allowed to on YouTube. And I'll just go.